Welcome to Luma and Air podcast, where healing meets truth, growth meets grace, and every episode is your sign to start becoming the best version of yourself. If you're tuning in again after episode 1, welcome back. And if you're brand new here, I'm so glad you found your way to our space, because I truly believe that this episode found you on purpose. Before we jump into today's message, I'd like to introduce a segment called Chapter of the Week. It's where I give you a chapter to read for the week. So for this week, this chapter of the week is Zephaniah 1. Zephaniah 1 is a warning of God's coming judgment on Judah and Jerusalem for their idolatry, complacency, and rebellion. The chapter highlights the consequences of turning away from God, especially among the wealthy, leaders, and those who are spiritually indifferent. Funny enough, when I was reconnecting with God and I got back on my faith journey, this was the first Bible verse that God put on my heart for me to read, to study, and to really ponder on what he was really saying about his love for us and, yes, consequences for breaking his commandments. And if you ever want to have any Discord, you can follow me at Luma and Air on Instagram and send me a DM. I would love to talk to you about it. Last week, we talked about timing. That deep sense in your spirit when you know it's your season to shift and elevate. But what we didn't talk about is how hard it can be to share your healing journey, especially in the beginning, even with the people that you trust the most. In today's episode, we're diving into why having a support system matters, the kinds of support systems that are available to you, and how to begin expressing yourself authentically, even if you don't yet have the words. Let's start with this reminder. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace and just be. You ever feel like whenever you're going through something, you have to keep it to yourself? With everything happening in the world, kids to take care of, relationships to manage, bosses to please, friendships to maintain, all while trying to hold yourself together and remember to eat. It's a lot. You tell yourself, I don't want to be a burden. So you journal, you pray, you may even cry behind closed doors. You're growing, but something still feels like it's missing. Here's the truth. Many of us are afraid to speak our truth because we think it makes us look weak. But vulnerability isn't weakness. It's evidence that you survived. After my divorce, I carried the weight of years of trauma, from childhood to marriage. All by myself, I told myself I got me. I put myself in this situation, so I'll be the one to get myself out. And for a while, I managed. I started reading the Bible again, rebuilding my relationship with God, and prayed that prayer. You know that prayer. God, remove anything and anyone from my life that doesn't belong. And let me tell you, God answered, and he answered quick. In what felt like an instant, I was left with no close friends. I distanced myself from my family, and now I'm completely single. I thought I was being strong handling it all by myself, but God was showing me something deeper. That healing was never meant to be done in isolation. Even Superwoman was part of a team. She had the Justice League, and they couldn't fight the battles alone. When each hero brought their unique powers, they were stronger together. The same goes for healing. I didn't just need to feel my pain, I needed to also speak it. And I needed others to lovingly reflect a different perspective, one rooted in truth and care. Healing out loud doesn't mean sharing all of your business on social media. Please do not do that. It means creating safe spaces for your truth to live. And sometimes that looks like therapy, counseling, or talking to a non-biased third party. Someone outside of your personal circle who won't judge, but will listen with clarity and compassion. I'd like to think I'm a very self-aware person, and I also think I hold myself very accountable. But I started noticing something was off. I was pulling back, not engaging with coworkers like I used to. I wasn't as open or social anymore. I didn't have anyone in my personal life I felt safe opening up to at the time. So I tried therapy. And let me tell you, it was the blessing I didn't know I needed. My therapist didn't just help me understand why I was hurting. She helped me take the next step and how to move forward. That shift in perspective changed everything. If therapy doesn't feel right for you yet, there are other options like support groups, community centers, a religious leader, online communities, and even your health insurance may offer mental health resources. Lastly, you can even talk to me. I have an open door policy in my DMs. So follow at Luma and Air on Instagram. Now, if you want to open up to someone but don't know how to begin, try this. Hey, I've been carrying some emotional pain for a while. Do you have space for me to talk through a few things I've been feeling? Asking permission is powerful. It honors the other person's emotional bandwidth and shows them respect. If they say yes, you can say, I've realized it's time for me to truly begin healing, not by pretending I'm okay, but by facing the parts of me that need care and truth. I'm not asking for you to fix me. I just want to invite you into the process so I don't have to walk it alone. Now, if they say no, don't take it personally. That honesty creates room for you to be a safe space for them too. Let me be real with you, with love, of course. Your healing journey isn't about proving anything to anyone. This is for you. It's sacred and it's yours. You don't have to share every single detail, but don't let silence keep you stuck. God didn't bring you through this fire for you to whisper your way into freedom. God is calling you to speak life, to show up, to see your healing through a new lens, so you can flourish in the truth and community. Take a moment if you can and ask yourself, what do I need to say out loud that I've been avoiding? Where am I pretending to be okay just to keep the peace? And who am I when I stop hiding my pain? To wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a closing reminder. This is your sign. Not to do it alone. Not to be perfect. Not to have it all figured out. But to start to begin healing out loud. To show up messy, real, and in the process. To be seen in both your softness and your strength. You are not too much. You are not broken. You are becoming the best version of yourself. And you don't have to do it in silence anymore. Speak softly, speak truthfully, speak faithfully, but just start speaking. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to message me over on Instagram at Luma and Air. That's LumaAndAir. AIR. And share one truth you're ready to speak out loud, even if it's simply, I'm healing. Share this episode with a friend who needs this reminder too. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Because next week, we're diving into something deep. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Until then, speak gently, live honestly, and remember, healing isn't a solo mission. It's where you thrive in your community.